The wind howled. A low, mournful sound echoed across the barren landscape, carrying with it a sense of ancient sorrow. Like a chorus of lost souls, their whispers intertwined with the gusts, creating an eerie symphony that sent shivers down my spine. I pulled my coat tighter, the chill seeping through the fabric, pushing deeper into the heart of the moor, driven by an inexplicable urge to uncover its secrets. Mist clung to everything, cold and damp, wrapping the world in a ghostly shroud that obscured my vision and heightened my senses. They say this place is haunted, that spirits of the past wander these lands, forever trapped in a liminal space between worlds. I always scoffed at such tales, dismissing them as mere folklore, until now, when the weight of the stories seemed to press down on me with every step. The ground was uneven, treacherous, each step a careful negotiation with the unseen dangers lurking beneath the fog. Each step felt heavy, laden with dread, as if the moor itself resisted my intrusion, warning me to turn back. A sudden movement, a flicker in the periphery of my vision. I stopped, heart pounding, straining to see through the mist. Just the wind playing tricks, I told myself, or was it? The line between reality and imagination blurred, leaving me questioning every shadow, every sound. Ahead, a silhouette emerged from the mist, its form barely discernible through the thick, swirling fog. It seemed to beckon me, drawing me closer with an almost magnetic pull. A derelict cottage stood before me, its windows like vacant eyes staring into the void. The structure was a haunting reminder of forgotten times, with its broken windows and crumbling walls. The perfect setting for a ghost story, it seemed to whisper secrets of the past, tales of sorrow and despair that lingered in the air like a heavy mist. A shiver ran down my spine, a primal fear taking hold. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat echoing the dread that filled my mind. What had I gotten myself into? The question echoed in my thoughts, a relentless reminder of the unknown dangers that lay ahead. The air grew colder as I approached, each step forward feeling like a journey into the abyss. My breath became visible, a ghostly vapor in the chilling night. A sense of unease settled over me, a heavy weight pressing down on my shoulders. The atmosphere was thick with tension, every shadow seeming to move with a life of its own. I hesitated at the doorstep, a voice in my head screaming at me to turn back. Every instinct urged me to flee, to escape the clutches of whatever lurked within. But curiosity, that insidious beast, urged me forward. It whispered promises of discovery, of unraveling the mysteries that shrouded the derelict cottage. Despite the fear, I took a deep breath and stepped inside, ready to face whatever awaited me in the darkness. The door creaked open, a sound like a death rattle. The stench of decay hit me thick and cloying. Dust motes danced in the faint light, filtering through cracks in the walls. And then I felt it. A presence, cold, malevolent. The air crackled with energy. A low growl vibrated through the room. My blood ran cold. I was not alone. Something was here with me. Something angry, something vengeful. It emerged from the shadows, a wisp of darkness taking form. A woman, her face contorted in a mask of rage, eyes burning with an unearthly fire. She floated towards me, her voice a guttural rasp. "You will pay," she hissed. Terror froze me in place. I couldn't breathe, couldn't scream. The air grew thick, suffocating. The stench of death intensified. This was it. This was how I died. The spirit lunged, her spectral hands reaching for my throat. Her eyes were hollow, filled with an ancient rage that sent chills down my spine. I could feel the coldness of her touch even before she made contact, a cold that seemed to seep into my very soul. I closed my eyes, bracing for the inevitable. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat echoing in my ears like a drum, but it never came. The anticipated grip around my neck, the suffocating pressure, it was all absent. I opened my eyes to find her gone. The room, once filled with her malevolent presence, was now eerily empty. The shadows seemed to retreat, and the air felt lighter, as if a great weight had been lifted. The room was silent, the oppressive presence lifted. The silence was almost deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos that had just ensued. I could hear my own breathing, ragged and uneven, as I tried to make sense of what had just happened. Had I imagined it all? Was it a figment of my overactive imagination, or had I truly encountered a spirit from beyond? My mind raced with questions, each one more unsettling than the last. I turned to flee, desperate to escape the cursed cottage. My legs felt like lead, but adrenaline pushed me forward. I needed to get out, to find safety, to put as much distance between myself and this place as possible. But the door slammed shut, the sound echoing through the silence. I was trapped. The spirit wasn't gone. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. She was still here, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike again. She was just getting started. The air grew colder, and I could feel her presence intensify. This was far from over. The true horror was only beginning, and I was at the center of it all.